all dog owners out there in the world. This is Gabby, your trainer. The other day we went over the 6 cardinal training commands, which is sit down, stay, come, yes, and no. But this training session, we're going to be going over grooming maintenance. So grooming is a very important part of owning a puppy or a dog. We should be especially working with our puppies a lot at a young age. The 2 most important things besides, our daily brushing, and then taking, if you have a dog with a very big coat, poodle mixes, especially any of your doodles out there, you're going to be needing to really groom your dogs because they do have that poodle coat in them, which is that very curly texture, the non-shedding. Well, even if they don't shed, that hair has to go somewhere. So that's going to end up matting and growing longer and longer, and then they're going to curl up together. Me, with my naturally curly hair, I get mats or tangles very easily, and that turns into mats, and I don't want that, so that's why I brush my hair at least every few days. You need to be doing that with your dog at least once a week, maybe twice a week. Same thing with our nails. We definitely be needing to do our nails at least once a week or twice a week. The more often you do your dog's nails, the more often they'll get used to doing them. And currently, when they're in my training program, they get done at least once a week, or they get their paws handled. If they don't need their paws, if they don't need their nails done, I would like to play with their paws and play with their ears, because if you also have a poodle, little known fact about poodles, hair grows in their ears. It's a very weird thing, but yes, hair grows in their ears. So you're going to end up having poodle ears. You're going to have to pluck your poodle's ears. So same thing with doodles, because they are half poodle, or even, 3/4 poodle or a 4th poodle. It's going to be in there somewhere in their genetics. There was that poodle, their hair growing in their ears, and you're going to end up having to do that yourself for maintenance. So today we're going to be going over that. We're going to be going over how to do your puppy's nails, how to at least brush your puppy's coat or check your puppy's coat daily. And we're going to be going over the necessary grooming techniques for your puppy. So for me personally, I do my dog's nails on my grooming table, or I'll have them flipped upside down, laying on their back, and have them in between my legs in between my, laying on my lap. So today I'll show you exactly what we're going to do. This is my grooming table. Got it off of Amazon for probably like $100, along with my Coke, because I always need Coke in order to do some nails. So we're going to head and go grab our first puppy to show you exactly what we're going to be doing. So here's my first grooming patient today. This is Stella. She is a cockapoo. She's in my training program currently, and we're going to have her we're going to check out her nails. We're going to check out her coat. She is very much a curly coat. So we're going to have to check that, and along with her ears too, to see exactly how she's looking. Okay. Okay, with Stella, this is exactly the same type of table that your puppy or dog will be using at the grooming shop that you take them to. This is usually what they're going to be standing on, maybe something a little more high-tech where it just goes up and down themselves versus having to put the puppy on the table. With Stella, I'm going to check her ears first. So Stella's ears are a little dirty. Good girl. And she does have hair in her ears. So I'm going to kind of pluck that out. Good girl. Sometimes you can either just grab hold of the hair pretty easily, or you're going to have to use some chalk. So there is a special powder called for ear grooming. You can easily get it off of Amazon. Just probably type in grooming dog ears or powder for dog ears, and it's a chalk-like substance that you just kind of get a little bit and put it down their ears, and that makes it pretty easy to, with your fingers, grab hold. Her ears are pretty clean though. Not too full of hair. The same thing, if you practice this every day with your puppy at home, your puppy's going to very much get used to being handled. So when they go to the vet, they're going to easily be able to just have the vet play around with them, because the vet's going to look all over. They're going to look at their teeth, pulling out her hair. They're going to look at her eyes. Very good. You're going to daily probably need to clean out your puppy's little eyes, because especially long-haired breeds, they always get something caught around their eyes. It's good to always play around with your teeth because you never know when you're going to have your vet check out your teeth. Very pretty. No, yeah. Good girl. Let me see. Good girl. Just talk to her. Can I see your front? Thank you. And I'm going to see her paws. No. Oh, yep. They're pretty nice. Very good. So, with our paws, I'm going to this is a normal clipper that you can use. There's another type of clipper that's called a Dremel, where it's the actual like nail file that kind of spins really quick. And I prefer the nail clipper like this just because it's a little faster and I can just easily clip, and clip. So right there, she tried to pull away. I'm just going to hold on to her paw. Don't let her pull away. You're going to just have to, even if she tries pulling away, you're going to kind of fight her a little bit. And once she calms down and relaxes her paw again, then you can say, good girl, and give her back her paw. No, it's okay. Good girl. Very good, yes. And talk to them throughout this. At the end, I'm going to give her a nice little treat. Good girl. Very good. Such a good girl. They might cry or whine a little bit, but it's all part of the process, because if we have long nails, our paws could actually end up being deformed. So if you get your nails long enough, they can end up curling and going back into your dog. I've seen it happen where dogs' nails are so long they curl back in and puncture holes into paw pads, and then they end up needing surgery to remove that nail. Or, you know, the paws end up, feet end up deforming in order to better suit. So rather than naturally walking on the paw pad, they end up like just walking on one side, which could cause arthritis. A lot of different problems can form from having too long of nails. So I always like my dog's nails nice and short. It also looks a lot prettier than having long nails. Same thing with the back paws. You can either have her stretch her legs like this, because she decided to give me her leg like this, or I can get her a little more comfortable and hold her like this. Which at home, you can utilize the table holder, or just easily lay her down in your lap. Whichever way is the most comfortable, and whichever way your dog is most willing to work with you. Do the same thing here. Good girl. No, ma'am. Hold on to her. She's trying to squirm right there. I'm going to make her hold nice and still. You're going to have to pull back the hair, her fur a little bit, because right now I can't see past all this hair that she has going on in her paw. Which, I'll go over that too. No, cut it too short, because there is such thing as a quick, which she's crying, but she didn't get hit by the quick. So the quick is like a little tissue in the nail, and if you hit the quick, she could end up bleeding. They're not going to bleed out, but they will bleed a lot, just because of the fact that all the circulation is heading towards that foot. Now you're okay. I didn't even cut yet. She's already screaming. There you go. All done. Good job. So now I'm going to check her coat. So with her, she is a cockapoo, so she does have that poodle in her. She has that nice tight curly coat, but that could end up turning into some nice tangles or mats. So we're going to end up having to make sure that she gets brushed out. So I'm going to have her see right there. Never walk too far away from your puppy. Just going to grab my brush. I'm just going to quickly brush her out. Get something that gets down to the base, because most mats form down at the base of the coat, not at the very top of the coat, because you don't have a brush that's long enough to get down to the base of it all. Good girl. So, good girl. Good girl. So. Gonna brush those ears. Mats form everywhere. I've groomed dogs before in my past too, especially poodles for guide dogs of the desert. I used to groom their poodles all the time, And but my most difficult part of grooming was that people see, and I always had mats right around the top of the head, and it just got all tangled up, and I just had to always shave them down really short. So you don't like your dogs having a short coat, then you need to actually do the maintenance of grooming out their coat daily. And if not daily, every 2 days, or in the minimum once a week. And then if you're not planning on doing the maintenance on a coat, then you're going to have to at least have a short, clip them in a shorter cut. They don't have to be in the full show poodle coat, but they're going to have to be in a poodle coat. Because most doodles do have poodle coat in them, because obviously that's why they're half doodles. And they're going to have that nice, beautiful poodle coat, but also with the poodle coat, you're going to have that poodle maintenance. And poodles are known for their higher maintenance. I love myself a poodle too, so good girl. So we have our second grooming client today. This is Nessie. She is a Bernedoodle. She will be heading home on Monday, but for now I'm going to talk to you about her because she is a shorter coat, but she still has a doodle in her and everything. So we're going to have to look to see her ears. Even though she is a shorter coat, she won't need as much maintenance as far as grooming with her coat because she's not going to get as long and she's not going to get the mats as much, but you still want to check your dog daily, and that's pretty easy to do because, you know, daily you're going to be petting your puppy, and you're going to be pretty much being hands-on with your dog almost daily. You should be, at least. And I take that time to just kind of feel over her, pet her to see everything. Like right now I'm finding a little mud spot, so clearly she's going to be needing a bath pretty soon because it's been raining and she's been probably outside playing in the mud, and so we're going to need to take care of that. And I'm also going to look at her nails. I did notice that a little while ago her nails were looking a little long, so we're going to have to be doing her nails today. And her, check out her ears, because even if they are a shorter coat, they still could get dirty ears. So with dogs with low hanging ears, so I'm going to switch this around. Dogs with floppy ears like this are more prone to having dirt in their ears and dirty ears versus naturally self-pricking, standing up ears. So we're gonna have to check that out, and then, check around her eyes. Dogs do get eye boogies, so we're gonna have to check around her eyes, make sure that's all good. And like I said, her coat is shorter, so we're not gonna need as much maintenance. She's not gonna get, matted as much as like a longer haired coat like Stella was, and we're still going to need to check those nails because we want to make sure that her nails are nice and short, because she could still end up with that. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and check her out. So we're going to put Nessie on the table. So the thing about mats and getting your dogs matted is it's not very fair to them because they can't groom themselves. If you have the ability to groom yourself, and you wouldn't want your hair to get all matted and nasty. Trust me. I have the curly hair. I grew up with tangles. It's not fun. Versus, dogs, they don't want to live with that every day. And mats can be very painful, especially when they're very close to the base. They can actually end up forming and then curling and getting really tight, and they can actually cut off circulation and give bruises. So you're going to really want to make sure. That's why you check your puppy's coat daily. And even if you're not going to brush out daily, you should at least run your hands down your dog's front legs, back legs. No, ma'am? Nope, you don't need to bite that. Especially underneath the armpits, you're just going to feel all over. And it's just almost like you're rubbing her belly. So you're just going to, thank you. Very good, good girl. Because we want to make sure that even if we aren't brushing, we are still checking our dogs. Because every day we are their eyes, their ears, and we're in charge of our puppies. We are their home. So when we take on a dog, we take on the responsibility of, yes I know, good girl, of having the maintenance of a dog too. And that requires doing nails, checking eyes daily. We don't want any goop, because every morning when you wake up, you easily wipe away that nasty goop. Same thing with ears. If you don't check your dog's ears daily, or at least weekly, and they start forming dirt down in there, especially these floppy ears dogs, fluffier dogs, it's a debate out there, but they are more prone to ear infections. So even if you were to just look real quick and see how dirty it is, you might be saving yourself $1,000 from having to pay meds for that ear infection. So that's why I would just constantly be checking. Especially if you have dogs, poodle or a doodle with the ears growing, with the hair growing more in their ears. That hair can capture more dirt in there, and it can make it more greasy and more likely to have that infection. So I just want to make sure that we're constantly checking on our puppies. Because like I said, also, if we constantly are hands-on from the very beginning, it'll make life much easier as they get older. Good girl. Good girl. Because we don't want to have that one dog at the vet or at the grooming salon, and they go, oh my God, he was the worst client in the world. Like, to your face, they're going to be pretty nice, but at the same time, they're going to think about you after you leave, and they're going to be like, that dog is insane. He had no hands-on experience, or he was extremely matted, and all we can think about is the fact, like, why don't you brush your dog at home? So if you just take that extra 5 minutes daily, like I did Stella's entire grooming in less than 7 minutes, probably around 7 minutes. And a lot of that was just me talking too. If you can do that easily while you're watching a TV show, you're sitting at home, have them come up and lay on your lap and just feel all over them and just check on her, because like right around here, if this was a long coated dog, I would definitely be checking to see if she has any mats. And you know, right around here, behind the head, these mats can form anywhere, especially if your dog loves water. It's even more likely to get matted. So those are little things that we just want to be careful about when we have a dog that, you know, has a longer coat. Poodles, especially doodles, so they're going to end up with that type of coat where it's going to be nice and curly. Even if you know, Goldens are, if you get a golden doodle, they have very nice long coats too. So you have the golden and the poodle mixed together, you're gonna have the nice long coat that you're gonna have to do maintenance on. So no matter what breed, I would definitely research, because you have two breeds that they're now gonna be combined, and you're gonna wanna make sure that you do the proper maintenance with your puppy, or you're gonna end up having a very puppy that's in pain. I've seen puppies that when they weren't groomed properly, they ended up having some serious like skin irritation, bruises. I've heard of skin becoming so dead that it's almost fallen off because of how matted the dog was. I mean, just look at the horror cases of you know, a neglected dog. So, you know, even if you aren't neglecting, you might be feeding right, but in taking care of and loving your puppy, you're still going to want to make sure that you do your daily maintenance work with your dog. Yes, I know. Thank you for throwing that off. Okay. Well, that's our video for today. That's grooming, okay?